Students, today we are going to learn departmental final accounts. Already we learned final accounts. In final accounts, we learned how to find the profit of the entire organization. But here we are going to prepare the same final accounts but department wise. Some organization may run a different department. They want to ascertain the profit of each department, so they have to prepare departmental trading profit and loss account to ascertain each department profit or loss. Yes, students, let me solve the problem. Let me solve the first problem. Look at the problem. Very important problem. Yes. Sum number 1. The following purchases were made by business house having 3 departments. So the organization has 3 departments, namely Department A, Department B, Department C. For Department A, they purchased 1000 units. For Department B, they purchased 2000 units. For Department C, they purchased 2400 units. The total cost of Department A, Department B and Department C rupees 1 lakh. So individual Department A, Department B, Department C, individual cost of purchase are not given, that we have to ascertain. Yes. Then stocks on 1st January were opening stock given in units. So we have to identify the opening stock in rupees. Then sales were Department A 1020 units sold at rupees 20 each. Department B 1920 units they sold at 22 rupees 50 paisa each. For Department C, they sold 2496 units at rupees 25 each. The rate of gross profit is same in each case. Prepare departmental trading account. Okay students, here I drawn the format of departmental trading account. The heading is departmental trading account for the year ended 31st December, year not given. So I have 3 columns: Department A, Department B, Department C. The basic format of trading account: opening stock, purchase, credit side, sales and closing stock. Yes students, first we have to find cost of purchase of each department. Yes, now I am going to teach you. First I am going to teach you calculation of cost of purchase of each department. Cost of purchase of each department. There are 3 departments. First department A, second department B, third department is C. First take the purchase quantity. First take purchase quantity. Purchase quantity of Department A 1000 units. 1000 units. Department B 2000 units. Department C 2400 units. So I take purchase quantity. Now I am going to convert the purchase quantity into purchase quantity ratio. I am going to convert the purchase quantity into purchase quantity ratio. I am going to make it as small value by dividing 100. So if we divide 1000 by 100, we will get 10. If we divide 2000 by 100, we will get 20. If we divide 2400 by 100, we will get 24. So the larger value converted into small value. That I call it as purchase quantity ratio. Then we have to take the selling price. Then we have to take the selling price of each department. Department A sells its product at 20 each. 20 each. Department B sells at 22 rupees 50 paise each. Department C sells at 25 rupees each. Now I am going to convert the selling price into selling price ratio. Selling price ratio. So we can divide, if we divide these values by 2.5, we will get one value. If we divide 20 divided by 2.5, 20 divided by 2.5 will get 8. 2250 divided by 2.5 will get 9. 25 divided by 2.5 will get 10. What I did, first I recorded purchase quantity, then I converted into ratio. Likewise, I recorded selling price, then I converted into selling price ratio. After this, we have to find the composite ratio. After this, we have to find the composite ratio. What is the composite ratio? Purchase quantity multiplied by selling price. So purchase quantity 10, selling price 8. So our composite ratio is 80. Then for B, the purchase quantity ratio 20, selling price ratio 9. So our composite ratio for B is 180. Then for C, 24 into 10, 240. Then find the total of composite ratio 80 plus 180 plus 240. We'll get total of composite ratio 80 plus 180 plus 240. We'll get 500. Now I am going to calculate cost of purchase. Now I am going to calculate cost of purchase in rupees. Cost of purchase in rupees for department A. The total cost incurred, how much? 1 lakh. So 1 lakh into composite ratio of department A. How much? 80 by 500. 80 by 500. How much will get? 1 lakh into 80 by 500. We'll get 16,000. So they bought 1000 units of goods for department A at a cost of 16,000. Then for B, 1 lakh into composite ratio of B, how much? 180 divided by 500. So 1 lakh into 180 divided by 500. So the cost of purchase of department B is 36,000 rupees. Then we can ascertain for C, 1 lakh multiplied by composite ratio of department C. It's about how much? 240 divided by 500. So 1 lakh into 240 divided by 500. Its value, total cost 48,000 rupees. Now we ascertained the cost of purchase, that purchase of respective department in rupees. Then we have to find cost per unit. Cost per unit. The formula, purchase in rupees divided by purchase quantity. Purchase quantity. For A, they spent how much? 16,000 rupees. They purchased 1000 unit. So the cost per unit is rupees 16. So cost per unit is 16. Then for B, they bought 2000 units for rupees 36,000. So 36,000 divided by 2000, we get 18 per unit. Then for C, they bought for 48,000. How many units they bought? 2,400. So cost per unit is 20. Now we ascertained cost of purchase and cost per unit. Why we ascertained cost per unit? Because opening stock is given, but opening stock units are given. We have to ascertain opening stock in rupees. Now we are going to find opening stock in rupees. Formula, opening stock units into cost per unit. Just now we ascertained. So for department A, opening stock given 120. Its cost per unit is rupees 16. So 120 into 16 will get 1920 rupees. Then for B, opening stock 80. Its cost per unit 18 rupees. So 80 into 18 will get 1440. Then for C, opening stock 152 into cost per unit is 20. So 152 into 20 will get 3040. Now students, now we'll fill these values. First we need opening stock. Just now we ascertain opening stock value for department A 1920, for department B 1440, for department C 3040. Then purchase, that we called the cost of purchase, we ascertained where here. How much? 16,000 for department A, 36,000 for department B, 48,000 for department C. Then sales openly given. How many units sold? 1020 units are sold in department A. Each selling price how much? 20. So 1020 into 20 will get sales. So 1020 into 20, how much? 20,400, the sales of department A. Then for department B, they sold 1920 unit, each unit 22 rupees 50 paise. So 43,200. Then for department C, 2,496, each they sold at 25. So they sold for 62,400. Okay. Then one more item is missing, that is called closing stock, that we have to ascertain. First, we have to ascertain the closing stock in units. What is the formula? Opening stock units plus purchased units minus sold units. For department A, opening stock 120, purchased 1000 units, sold 1020 units. So 1120 minus 1020, the balance they had 100 units. Then for B, opening stock 80 units, they purchased 2000 units, they sold 1920 units. So 80 plus 2000 plus minus 1920, so the closing stock they had 160. Then for C, opening stock they had 152 units, they purchased 2400 units, minus they sold 2496. So 152 plus 2400 minus 2496. So the closing stock they had 56 units. Now we ascertain the closing stock in unit. Now we have to ascertain closing stock in rupees, because in final accounts we have to use closing stock in rupees. What is the formula? Closing stock in units multiplied by cost per unit. For department A, closing stock we ascertained 100 units. Each cost per unit how much? For department A concern 16. So closing stock in rupees for department A, rupees 1600. Then for department B, they had closing stock 160, each cost how much? 18 rupees. So 160 into 18, we get 2880 rupees. 2880 rupees. Then for C, closing stock they had 56, its cost per unit 20. 56 into 20, we get 1120 rupees. For department C, they had closing stock worth rupees 1120. Yes students, now we are going to ascertain the gross profit. In this case, department A, department B, department C, credit side value heavier than debit side, so the gross profit arrives in debit side, gross profit CD. First we'll add credit side. 20,400 plus 1,600, 22,000 minus 1,920 minus 16,000. So the gross profit of department A is 4080. Then move to the department B. 43,200 plus 2,080 will get 46,080. 46,080 minus 1,440 minus 36,000 will get 8,640. At last we have department C, 62,400 plus 1,120. The credit side total 63,520 minus 3040 minus 48,000. So the gross profit of department C is 12,480. Students, here they asked one more question. The gross profit is Same in each case. The each case means each department. Yes, now I am going to find the gross profit ratio. So the formula of gross profit ratio, gross profit divided by sales into 100. For department A, the gross profit is 4080. It sales 20,400 into 100. For department B, the gross profit is 8,640. Department B sales 43,200 into 100. For department C, the gross profit is 12,480 divided by its sales 62,400 into 100. We have to find gross profit because the problem says the rate of gross profit is same in all departments. Yes, we have to recheck this. So for department A, gross profit 4,080 divided by sales 20,400 into 100. So for department A, the gross profit percentage is 20%. Then for department B, 8,640 divided by 43,200 into 100. So for department B, gross profit also 20%. Then for C, 12,480 divided by 62,400 into 100. So the third department, C department, its gross profit also percentage also 20%. Students, we completed first problem in relation to the departmental accounting. Here we learned very important concept, calculation of cost of purchase. In next class we will solve different problem. Till then, bye and thank you.